So this is the Ohio Innocence Project speaking with the East Cleveland Three, who all had the unique experience in the past 2 days of seeing their stories portrayed in the opera Blind Injustice. So we'll start with Eugene. Eugene, you saw it last night. How was that experience for you?
That experience was fantastic. How all the guys, how everything just came together, how they played the characters. It was right on point for me. They described everything, the pain, the relief of the pain. It showed a big glimpse of our story. I really appreciate them taking the time out and really studying and putting that together. It was well put together.
And Derrick, you've seen the opera now, and you've had time to think about it a little bit. What stands out most to you?
Well, obviously, the scene was my character and my mother. That was just, it was just a very, very emotional scene and very raw and powerful. And just to see that, it was like really living it almost, like an out of body experience, maybe, and it was just real.
Laurese, anything that surprised you about the opera, or anything you noticed seeing it a second time?
I don't know if it's like anything different. It's crazy because I sat in the third row the first night. I wanted to see it from a different angle, so I sat in the front row on the other side the second night. But I don't know. I just feel like they did a fantastic job with that. Early on, I couldn't picture how they was putting our story into an opera. I couldn't find nothing in my mind to picture how it was going to be. But to actually, once we went to workshop and to get a glimpse of it at workshop, and then see it come together for the first time Monday night, it was amazing. And they had added so much more from what we saw at workshop, and all the character was different. It was great. It was great.
Did you, at any point, did you think in terms of, well, during the show, there's the scene where it's you guys right before the shooting takes place, which is yourselves at 17 and 16 years old. And then flash forward, here you are 20-something years later, and you've been through this ordeal, and not only that, now there's going to be an opera about you that might be staged all over the country and maybe the world, depending on how it's received. How strange is that for you guys?
Yes, it's unbelievable to be where we're at today. We walked a long journey, and then after 20 years for fighting, and then we finally get freedom, and then it's been a long journey from the day we walked out to now. So to be where we at, it's a huge blessing.
Huge blessing.
Yeah, definitely.
You were saying you were speaking to the OIP fellows in there. At one point when you were incarcerated, you were in 3 cells, or where you were right together. Is that correct?
Well, that's when they, the judge had said in our sentencing, the anniversary of the victim's death, he wanted us to go to solitary confinement. And our 5th year in, they came and put us in solitary confinement. It was all in a cell by ourselves. It was all next to each other.
For that one day, right?
Yeah, for one day.
Right, I guess we're supposed to think about what we supposedly have done, allegedly have done. So that's why the judge authorized that, which was double jeopardy and cruel usual punishment.
Yeah, because they said you can't even do that.
They started that in the 1800s. They was doing it back in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
But we just had a nasty real judge.
What about the rap scene that was in the opera? I think that's the other extreme of emotion was seeing that play out, and that had to be interesting for you guys to experience.
That was like the twist.
Yeah, twist.
Rap in the opera.
Yes.
You know, like that was. And it was like, I don't know, I guess you kind of say that they kind of stepped out on the ledge with that because you don't really know how, you know, regular opera going people is going to, how they going to take that,
Right.
you know, but it actually fit right in there.
Yeah, it fit right in there, y'all.
Yeah, that was nice.
Were any of you musical when you were younger?
You listen to music, but not.
Yeah, I mean, like, we all heavy on music, but like, somebody at the opera asked me, like, I was like, can you sing? I'm like, you get up there and play your own part. I'm like, oh no, that would never work. That would never work.
I can never do that.
And
I know they had to be drained though, doing this every night. You know how much it takes to be singing like that?
Right.
Like, I know they'd be so tired. And they got that every night except for Thursday. Yeah, I tell my hat
It's
to them.
amazing, man. It's definitely just we came a mighty long way to go from walking that yard, suffering, and just trying to prove our innocence and to be here. You know, it does something to my spirit in a good way. It made me believe more in God and the Most High. You know, that's how I look at all this. It does.
it's
Because we could feel them. We was there, like, you know, we was three innocent, man. Young kids just trying to get into all them years. We blessed and honored. It was, everything was well put together.
I think you said in there, Laurese, something along the lines of you don't know how strong you are until you have to be
Strong, the only option.
Right.
strong's your only option.
One of Nelson Mandela quotes.
Because you always hear people say, oh, if that happened to me, I might have killed myself or I would have did this, but you don't know what you would have did until you put in that situation. And
Do you think there are innocent people faced with that circumstance of being trapped who don't make it out?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think the system design, it's sad because everybody can't get justice. That's innocent.
Right.
That's the sad part. There's many more innocent people. I would say it's a blessing to see three innocent guys on the outside of that fence. It's like a miracle.
in them cases, like, I know we're never going to get a perfect system. That's not going to happen because no system is perfect.
Right.
But a lot of cases, like with our case, all the evidence was pointing to somebody else. And you probably could have got the real perpetrator, but you didn't do that. And it happened in Ricky Jackson case, same thing.
Yeah.
Pointing to a whole different person. You didn't do that. Like, it's the system could be better than what it is because, like, you got law enforcement and prosecutors that's going outside of their job descriptions to get the conviction. Like, and it shouldn't be that.
That's not right.
Like, you know, ain't no system perfect, so we'll never get that. But just do your job the right way, and you know, we wouldn't have this problem as much as we have it today. Like,
And they still didn't even, to this day, we try to look for the real perpetrator.
just look at Cuyahoga County alone in the last 5 years. What has been 8 of us that got out?
Yes, we knew
Like 8 of us.
that. So imagine how many more.
Mhm.
Everybody not innocent, but we all know in this day and time that there's innocent people that's locked up. Because we seeing it more rapidly now on
Right.
television. The work y'all do, so.
Yeah, the awareness of it in popular culture and amongst the way that people communicate is a lot higher, and there's a lot of interest in it because I think a lot of people can see themselves in that circumstance that you guys were just ordinary teenagers who happened to be in the wrong place and were in the wrong car, and you know, it spun out of control from that.
Yeah.
And that's
Wherever it lies.
yeah.
That's the crazy part. Like, they answered that question about, do we regret not just saying that Gene did it and get to go home?
Right.
Like, that thought, like, never crossed my mind in there. But you know what used to cross my mind? Like, what if I would have drove down the street? What if I just went this way? Or, like, them thoughts would cross my mind. Like, but to, like, oh, maybe I should have just took that deal. Like, that never crossed my mind. I always just thought, like, we would have just went a different route.
Just
Didn't
a
go down
different-
that street that
right,
day. Like,
different route.
you know, because like coming from my house, sometimes we just go down Euclid and go down Dome and go to back street. But this day I went all the way down Euclid. Like, so, I mean, I always question that in there because, like, you know, years and years going by, like we just sitting in there, you know. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, it was written. This was supposed to happen to us. I mean, you might not never know what the reason was, but like I feel like this is my calling now, like to speak about wrongful convictions. So
I've heard you say that, and I know that that you've done some school visits, and Derrick, you've done some school visits, and I'm sure, Eugene, you've talked to people about your experiences. And you are 3 of the 4 youngest exonerees that OIP has. Only Ruel Saylor is younger than you guys. So you have many years still ahead of you. What do you hope to accomplish in the years ahead, and in particular, taking this and making it mean something?
I think I don't know. I'm still looking, like I said when we was in there. Like I'm still trying to find like that just peace and you know, spreading the word about wrongful convictions like that do bring me some type of peace while I'm doing it, but it's still not like wake up in the morning and I just got just no worries. Just I haven't found that. I don't. And then, like I said, like I thought, you know, once the case was over with, we was done with the back and forth to court. We ain't fighting for our freedom no more. That was a huge relief, but that still wasn't the peace. And then we get a little money, and okay, maybe since I don't got to struggle as hard, that's gonna be the peace. That ain't the peace. Like I don't know.
Derrick, you have a young son.
Yes.
Did that change your perspective at all?
It did. I mean, he'll be 2 in September, and you know, just trying to, I guess, you know, protect him, raise him right, and make sure that you know he know what happened to his father, and make sure that, just make sure I raise him right, and just like I was raised, right from wrong, and, you know, and just hopefully he won't have to be in no type of situation that I was in. So.
And Eugene, you talked about becoming a more spiritual person.
Yeah, 'cause that was the main objective for me in it was God and freedom. So I feel like I want to, you know, he done a lot for me, so I feel that I got to do a lot for him. And it's the same thing talking about, you know, truth and speaking about him and just bringing awareness, you know, on a positive note. I think people need that more. We need to walk with something positive that we can take along our journey and our path with us. So I think, you know, he's speaking to me on that way.